No Church Church. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming this morning, Robbie. We have so much to talk about.
Yeah.
My first thing to hit you on the head with, Hammerjack, is, obviously there's a lot going on with Kanye and stuff like that. But, it was interesting to me because you said you just kind of always thought Kanye was a spiritual person. Now, you yourself don't commit to one doctrine or another of a church. You basically call yourself a spiritual independent person.
Yeah.
And so, like, you see, and you even said it's almost to a sense that Kanye's doing a reboot on what he's already been professing for the last 6 or 8 years.
Yeah.
And so let's talk a little bit about that.
I mean, yeah, I was watching, you hear a lot on the internet about different things that are occurring. And particularly on Facebook, I saw a lot of conversations about Kanye West. And I think, Kanye West talks a lot about mental illness. And I think that mental illness is a term that society gives geniuses that are not understood by the majority of the world. If I come in right now and I start talking, I could only imagine thinking that my tribe was the only tribe that existed. And then I started to travel the world. And then I came across these group of people and they were saying, and I'm like, these people are crazy.
Right.
But
to them, they're actually having a conversation.
Absolutely.
They're communicating, and they could even be doing algebra or calculus. Or,
Absolutely.
So just because their words that they're using for the insight of the revelation of things that they have doesn't sound correct to us.
Absolutely.
It sounds foreign, and then we diminish it.
Absolutely. And I think that's what Kanye West went through. So mental breakdowns happens when... have you ever seen a person that had a supportive cast have a mental breakdown? I haven't. Mental breakdowns usually happen when you have something in your mind that the rest of the world isn't receiving. And so your brain starts to fire because it's all about feedback that we're getting from people. So if I tell you something right now, you disagree with everything I have to say. And if I experience more people like you that continue to disagree with me on a consistent basis, I'm getting feedback from the world saying something's wrong. And then I start internalizing that. I start to shut down, and all of a sudden, boom, mental breakdown. And so I say all that to say, I think, everybody's really hyped up about Kanye West's new, his new introduction to Christianity, his new cape that he's wearing proudly. But he did it years ago. Years ago he came out with an album called Yeezus, where his followers were rewriting the Bible and replacing the word Jesus with Yeezus. So he made a song years ago called Jesus Walks. This is nothing new. What he's doing now, you could even say that years ago, his ego caused him to try to create a cult-like following. I think he tried to create his own religion, and it failed. It had backlash. And just like anything else, when you have backlash on top of emotional, financial, and mental breakdowns, you're more likely to just say, all right, abort mission, let me subscribe to a tribe. And I think because it's trial and error, when you try something and you fail over and over again, it's only so much you can take before you just start to break down a lot of times. On my podcast, Self Mastery Radio, on my podcast, I was talking about, because even with Kanye's new conviction, automatically he started being judgmental.
Kanye.
Absolutely. where he was talking about it's just, he said, well, you can say you're a good person all you want, but I'll see you in hell, and I'm like, damn, Kanye. And then he was saying, and then you had some people saying, well, I'm surprised that so many Christians are backlashing Kanye West. I would see on Facebook, you think he's really saved or this and that and that. And I said, well, it fits the mold perfectly. The reason why it fits the mold perfectly is because most people who subscribe to any tribe or any doctrine naturally believes that their point of view is the point of view that the whole entire world should adopt. And if Kanye West is saying that he's a Christian, but his version of Christianity doesn't match my doctrine, I'm now questioning his validity. And so my mindset is this. When I looked at the Kanye West interview, I saw a man that, in my humble opinion, he's genuinely on the path to Christianity, what he perceives to be that. I don't think he's doing it for publicity stunt. I think he hit a wall. And I don't know what's going on inside of his mind, of course, and I can't validate if he's really genuine. But from what I saw, he hit a wall. I mean, and everybody that if you go to the military, the first thing they do is take you out of your normal situation. And they break you down so they can build you back up. Well, in the terms of Kanye West, the world was the military. They broke him down, and now he's being built back up. And so what I think he sees a loophole. He's not crazy. It's just like everybody knows Donald Trump is not really, really, really hardcore Christian, but he knows his audience is. And so if I'm a mastermind, all I got to do is say, God, Jesus, Bible. And I can get everybody to vote for me, because that's the audience. The audience that votes is the audience that's in church most of the time. And if I want more votes, if I want more people to root for me, all I got to do is start throwing those words around. You want to hear a crazy prediction?
I do.
I have a wild prediction that Kanye West will become the Donald Trump of spirituality.
I do too. There's a prophecy that Kim Clement put out a couple years ago, and Kim Clement's phenomenal. The things that he says in the way they come true are like huge, earth-shaking things. And he said this. He says there's going to be a move of God from the most unholy people. And my original thought was, I was thinking, well, unholy, right? Non-churchgoers. And then I was like, well, that's gay community. That's celebrities. That's, basically people who aren't in church. Like, what else would unholy mean? Basically the people in church, they think they're righteous, they're holy, they're all these good things. And not that Kanye is unholy, but in the church's eyes, doctrinal checklist, he is. And when it happened, I said, oh my God, there it is.
Untraditional.
You listen to his music, you feel the presence of God. You see his heart just raw and radical, and I hope he never changes.